Good day, folks. Welcome to another episode of Andrew's Life. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day today. Now, before I continue on with the video, I want to thank everybody real quick for giving me your opinions in the comment section of my video that I made yesterday concerning me selling my house. And I just want to let you know that I appreciate every last one of you. And I would like for you to keep the comments coming on that video. However you feel, whatever you feel, let me know. If you feel you have any ideas for me, holler at me in the comment section on that video. So on that note, let's continue. Now I welcome you guys to Crawfordsville, Indiana, which is located in the western central region of the state of Indiana. It is located 51 miles northwest of Indianapolis. The population here is currently sitting at 16,306 people, up from 15,915 people, which that was the population back in 2010. Now, during the 2020 census, the population grew by 2.5%, given its current population of 16,306 people. Now, Crawfordsville, for the most part, is a growing community. It has been growing for the majority of its existence. I mean, they first began to record the census here in 1840. As of 1850, the population was sitting at 1,513 people. Now, there were two census years where the population actually decreased. That was during 1970, which during 1970, the population was 13,842 people, with a population decrease of 2.7%. And then again in 1980, now back in 1980, the population was 13,325 people, with a population decrease of 3.7%. Now, Crawfordsville was founded in 1823 and named after William H. Crawford, a U.S. Treasury and judge in the early 19th century, who I believe was from Virginia. Crawfordsville was incorporated as a town in 1834. In November of 1832, Wabash College was built in Crawfordsville. The school was named Wabash Teachers Seminary and Manual Labor College. It is one of the three remaining all-male liberal arts colleges in the country. And this college currently has 900 students enrolled. In 1865, Crawfordsville gained its status as a city due to the constant growth of the community. And at this time, there was a bank and a fire department that was built here in the city to accommodate for the growth of the community. In 1902, Culver Union Hospital and Carnegie Library was built here. And in 1911, Crawfordsville High School opened. Now the Culver Union Hospital. This is a brief history about the hospital. I mean, for starters, the hospital went from a non-profit organization to a for-profit organization. And secondly, it has also underwent a few name changes. Now, the current name of the hospital is Sisters of St. Francis Health Services. Just so you guys know. Now, R.R. Donnelly, a communications company and commercial printing company, began its operations here in Crawfordsville in 1922. Now, the company today is called LCS Communication. That's the current name of the company, LCS Communication. And LCS has been the city's largest employer during the majority of the 20th century. On the 8th of May of 2007, there was a fire that was later ruled as an act of arson that burnt a quarter of a block of historic buildings on South Washington Street. This fire claimed the life of a woman named Leslie Eric Largent. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm hoping I'm pronouncing this woman's last name correctly. Now, Crawfordsville won a stellar community grant from Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs in 2015. Now, if you're wanting to move here to Crawfordsville, obviously there are jobs to be had both in and out of Crawfordsville. I mean, in general, the economy in the western central region of Indiana is not bad at all. I mean, you're not far from Lafayette. You're within an hour of Indianapolis. But as far as some companies here in Crawfordsville, some of the largest employers here in Crawfordsville are going to be, I think you pronounce it Nucor Steel. That's Nucor Steel. I mean, basically, they recycle scrap steel. And then you have LCS Communications. Those are going to be your two largest employers in the city, to my knowledge. Now, this city, unfortunately, now this city does have a little bit of crime. And when I say a little bit, I mean only a little bit. And the reason why I bring up crime is because, most of the videos I do of smaller cities typically have an average to below average crime. But the violent crime in Crawfordsville is only sitting at 4% above the national average, which is nothing. In the scheme of crime, that's 4% is nothing. Property crime is 13% above national average, which again is nothing. So, and hopefully as the community continues to grow, the crime stays low. Hopefully it does. It's for the sake of those of you that live here in Crawfordsville, and those that want to move to Crawfordsville and consider this city your future residence. Now, the racial demographics here are 86.6% white, 1.7% black, 0.9% Asian, close to 1%, and 8.5% Hispanic. Now, your median rent prices aren't too bad. They're going from $580 to $1,280 a month. Your median home prices, the median home price is currently sitting at $181,000. Now, if you're looking to buy something, for starters, the housing market is fairly busy here. Crawfordsville is a highly desired place that many people are wanting to live. Now, I would say if you're wanting to live in Crawfordsville and you're looking to purchase, have a minimum of $140,000 for a house. But just understand the housing market here is fairly busy. It's competitive out here. I'm not a real estate agent. I'm just telling you guys what I'm telling you guys based off of what I saw on Realtor.com. and also based off of what people in the past have told me about Crawfordsville. And as far as what I think about Crawfordsville, I mean, I don't really have anything negative to say about Crawfordsville at this point. Now, I'll say one thing, and bear in mind what I'm getting ready to say was from a long time ago. Now, I was working at this job as a part-time security officer, and there were a couple of employees. I mean, we all got along pretty well. We all spoke to each other on a regular basis. Now, I was working security. I was working security for this warehouse, and these are the two employees who I spoke to on a regular basis. They both were warehouse workers. So one day, I overheard these two guys talking to each other, and they were talking about moving to Crawfordsville for different reasons. So, I kind of butted in. I ain't have anything to do. I was just sitting in my uniform. I wasn't doing nothing. So I butted in on the conversation. I was like, okay, well, what's the big deal about Crawfordsville? And one of the guys told me that it's a growing community. It's nice. It's quiet. The housing prices there are low. I mean, he just started going in on how nice he thought the city was. And then the other guy, I looked at him and I thought he was going to say something, and he didn't really say anything. So when that one guy left, he had to go back to work. His lunch break was up. Now the other guy, me and him were still talking. No, the other guy, he came up and he started talking to me, and he told me in a low voice that Crawfordsville would not be the type of city that he would advise me to move to. And I looked at him and I was like, well, why do you say that? And then he didn't, without saying anything specific, he just told me that Crawfordsville would not be the type of city that I would want to live in. So at this point, I was like, okay, I was able to put two and two together and come up with four, but I don't like to assume, so I began to press him for some more answers. So I asked him, okay, well, does it have anything to do with my race? I think the way I said it was, does it have anything to do with how dark my skin is? I said something like that. And he told me real low, yes it does. And if I was you, I wouldn't move there. Now remind you, these two people that I was talking about were both Caucasian. So, and again, and this conversation was had back in 2015. So I don't know how true it is today in terms of the racial situation in Crawfordsville when it comes to African Americans. I have no idea. Never lived there. I mean, in fact, until I decided to go and record this video, I never really spent any considerable amount of time in the city. So I can't really speak on whether or rather not it's a backward city for minorities. So I'm just telling you guys this story. Now maybe somebody in the comment section can be like, yeah, it's still like that. Or some of you who might disagree with what I just said, or whatever the case might be, you can go in the comment section and tell me, no, it's not like that. We welcome everybody. Whatever it is, man, just holler at me in the comment section on that. I just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was pretty interesting. Now, I would say, you know, I would say Crawfordsville, you know, assuming that it's not a backwards place for minorities, I would say Crawfordsville is a nice place to live. Now, it's not going to be the cheapest place to live by any means. Not, you know, when I say the cheapest, I'm talking when I compare Crawfordsville to other small cities in Indiana, Crawfordsville is definitely not going to be the cheapest. But, you know, I would say aside from the housing prices here, I mean, I can see where people would want to live in Crawfordsville. I can see. I mean, you're far enough away from the larger cities to where you're not going to really have to deal with the riffraff of larger cities. But you're close enough to where it's not going to be a burden if you had to drive into a larger city, like let's say for employment, or let's say for even entertainment, like if you're going to go in Indianapolis for a Colts game or something. So I would say, you know, I don't, you know, me personally, I don't really have anything negative to say about Crawfordsville, but that would be assuming that Crawfordsville is not backwards. Now, obviously, if it was a backwards city and I knew it was a backwards city, I would have told you guys how I felt. But despite that little conversation I had that I told you guys about just a minute ago, I mean, that's not going to be enough for me to be like, yeah, this is a backwards place, don't move here. They're prejudiced. I mean, you know, that's not how I move. That's not how I move. I got to have a little bit more evidence than just some say-so, than just some hearsay. Now, granted, if I start getting a bunch of people in the comment section that start to say the same thing, oh, people here are backwards, or if I were to go on niche and a bunch of people were to say the same thing, at that point, I might start to, you know, take that into consideration. I mean, not that even that would mean that it's the gospel truth, but my attitude is if only one or two people are saying it, it could be true. Then again, there's a good chance that maybe they just had a bad experience and they're just blowing things out of proportion. But if there's like a bunch of people that say the same thing, then okay, maybe I might want to look into it a little deeper and see what's really going on. But that's how I move. Now let's go to niche and let's see what other people got to say about this city. Okay, out of 50 reviews, Crawfordsville received a 3.5 star rating out of 5. Here's the breakdown. 9 people rated Crawfordsville as excellent. 17 rated as very good. 17 also rated as average. 4 people rated the city as poor. And 3 people rate the city as terrible. Now, if you're new to the channel and this is your first video watching, and this is the first video on my channel that you're watching, I'm gonna start from the 5-star reviews, and I'm gonna work myself down to the 1-star reviews. And typically, I try to read 2 to 3 reviews per category. So, with that being said, let's start with. Well, okay. This first review is from 7 months ago. This is a 5-star. A smaller town with a lovely atmosphere, but could do for more ADA compliance. I recently moved here from Florida and love the weather here. The people are very kind and everything is so peaceful here. Okay, this next one is going to be a long one. It's from January of 2023. It's another 5-star. Crawfordsville is a charming town that has all the perks of a small town. It has a picture. It has a historic small town with those 1800 to 1920 gorgeous brick buildings and cute little shops and restaurants. The people are very nice, and the community is also hosting fun events to get out to see everyone. The schools are fantastic. We moved here from Denver and suburbs of DC and found these schools to be exceptional. Students have more resources than you can imagine. My daughter took every AP course she could think of. They were all available, and she passed 95% of her AP college credit programs. My kids have played on all sport teams and even went out for I lost my place here. My kids have played all sport teams and even went out for new sports their senior year, and still Crawfordsville coaches made a spot for them. Crawfordsville has all you need: local college, charming downtown, walkable neighborhoods, accessible sport teams, and a small community where you will run into people you know everywhere. Okay, I'm going to read one more. This is from July of 2021. Great place to raise a family. I see friends every time out in town. Very nice, safe atmosphere for my kids to grow up. Housing is very affordable to some. To some nice new offerings with downtown improvement with new Pike Place Park. And there's got Pike Place Park. They also have Milligan Park. Milligan Park is excellent and very safe for kids. The library is amazing, and farmers market is wonderful in summer. Great hiking in town, or at Shades or Turkey Run State Park, 20 to 30 minutes away. Fiber internet widely available, and great work from home possibilities for a high paying job with low housing and real estate tax expenses. Only 30 minutes to Purdue University in Lafayette, or 60 minutes to Indianapolis, including the airport. Okay, well, that answers my question that I had before of how far Lafayette was from Crawfordsville. So apparently they're within a half hour, which I didn't realize that Lafayette was that close. So that answers that question. All right, we're going to go down to the next category. Here's a 4-star from September of 2022. I like the community and the environment. It's not dangerous. It's a quiet quiet area. I would like to see more events in our community and more medical resources. Okay, this next one is September of 2019, another 4-star. Small town environment. Easy to commute through town. We'd like to see more restaurants in our small hometown. We'd like to see less need for so many drug rehab facilities. Okay, let's see. We'll get in one more. This is a 4-star from August of 2019. Crawfordsville is a wonderful place, and the schools are great. They create wonderful opportunities for children. There is little to do. There is little to do through so many people get bored. Drug rates are also through the roof. Other than that, through the crimes are down, and everyone in town is very friendly. Alrighty, let's go to average. This first one is a 3-star from 5 months ago. It is a smaller town with a few activities, but the people here are fun to be around. I wish things would start to be more available and not leave our fun activities to bowling, watching a movie, or going out for food. Okay, this next one is from 11 months ago. It's a 3-star. Wabash College and its neighborhood. Wabash College and its neighborhood saves the town. The town government should pay more for them, because I believe that without them, no one will come to this town. Okay, now this one is from April of 2021, another 3-star. I like Crawfordsville because it makes me feel very safe. It also has Sugar Creek, which provides lots of things to do outside in nice weather, including various trails, kayaking, and tubing. I wish the town was a little more diverse, but I still feel like it is home. Alrighty, let's see. We're going to read 2 stars now. This first one is from May of 2020. Cheap housing but low paying jobs. Not the safest place, but houses Wabash College. Has improved slightly over the years. Is an alright stepping stone to safe before moving to a better location. It's somewhat near Indianapolis and Lafayette, so it's semi-close to good paying jobs while having low cost of living. And again, that's from May of 2020, so that post is a few years old. This next one is from December of 2019. 2 stars. Fast food restaurants are the worst thing about this town. The employees are rude and impatient. The management is completely ridiculous. To avoid getting sick on a regular basis, stay away from McDonald's. It seems as though management at Walmart and O'Reilly's Auto Parts suffer the same curse of having incompetent people in charge. Okay, let's see here. We're going to go down. There's really not much to read when it comes to the 2 stars. I mean, the other comments are a little repetitive to me, so we're going to go down to 1 star. Now this first one is from 2 months ago. It's a 1 star. This place will never evolve. Drug infested, crooked backwoods town. that's stuck in the 60s. People are rude and extremely nosy. Grew up in this area, and the only thing that has changed is people. The only thing that has changed is people on meth, heroin, and what other drug they can get their hands on. Ended up moving away because I was being stalked. From what I gathered, the police department gained access to my internet and phone and used this to harass me and my family. If you can get past the close-minded people, backwoods law, people in your business, and eating out at Applebee's or Cracker Barrel, then you will be fine. Okay, this next one is a 1-star from August of 2022. This city is drug-infested crap hole. I lived here once for a couple of years, never again. Meth and heroin run rampant as well as twisted SOs. I can't say the whole word because if I do, they may not monetize my video. It's also a conservative area for Trump lovers only. It's perfect for people who like Walmart and Mexican food and want zero culture. Wabash University is there and whoopee. Okay, we're going to go ahead and read one more. This one is from January of 2017. It's another 1-star. Grew up here and absolutely hate it. Very small town with closed-minded conservative people. Not somewhere I'd ever want to live again, and I'm so glad I left. Even going back to visit family isn't something I look forward to. Alright folks, that's going to do it for my commentary on this video. There's a good, let's see here. There's a good 25 minutes left of the video to watch. So I would appreciate if you continue to watch the video and you can get more views of Crawfordsville. So if you want to help me out, I mean, at this point it's free, doesn't cost you a dime. All you gotta do is give videos like this a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, go ahead and do so. And if you click the bell, then you will receive notification for every time I put out a new video. And on that note, stay blessed, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.